This is Lee Smith from Brantley Computers. If you've got a website, you may want people to be able to contact you off that site by email using some sort of form similar to this one on my site here. I have a processor which people can use to take these type of forms and format them as an email and then send it to an email of your choice. You can also capture slightly more complicated data, such as here, which in addition to the text boxes at the top has a drop down menu, some radio buttons, some check boxes and a bigger text area, and over here a file selection, so you can upload a file, in this case a picture. The form for this is here. Is here. And this is HTML, which you can edit with Notepad and then put on your site. And we just need to add a few changes to this fairly standard type of form, because this one actually doesn't do anything because there's no actions up here, to allow it to run my processor. Now it doesn't need to know how many fields you've got or the names of those fields. You just need to follow a set of fairly simple rules and put in some additional fields which will be hidden, and those are here, and I'm just going to copy those over and then we're going to upload that form and run it. So if I copy that and drop this in here, and I'll explain a bit of it. Just take that one out. So we've changed this form at the top, this form statement, to tell the browser that it's a multi-part form, but we're going to send data via the post method, and when we hit the submit button, that it's going to run this script here, and this is on my site here. And the important parts here are these hidden files, which all have this h underscore coding, so I know they're hidden. And we have some parts here which are important. This is an address on your site of a page it's going to after it's done the processing. So some sort of thank you, or we'll get in contact with you later, that sort of thing. Just a name, or just any valid page on your site. This would be your email address here, so you change that to your email. This is one of mine, so I'm going to use that. But you set this to an email address associated with you, and that's where the email is going to be sent to. This will be used as the subject of the email, so you can tell it's come from this processor. In addition to that, we can put in some little bits. So this form has an email address of the person who's entering, so we're going to actually put that in. It's nicely called email there. So we're going to put that name in, reflected there, and this is going to send an auto reply. So it's actually going to send this message here to the recipient. Now if you actually have a blank string here, or zero length string, you'll get a copy of the email, the main email. Here is these two fields are to do with the upload of files, and this is putting file limits and file extension or file type. As we're dealing with photographs, we put these three types. That's just to stop you getting X's and things like that sent to you, but if you put a star in that, it'll let you have anything. So that's all we need to do up there. There's just a few little minor points we have to do down here. Because the checkbox is an array, we need to tell the processor it's an array, or else it will just do the last thing which was ticked, and that's not really valid. So we just need to put these open square brackets, which tells the script we're dealing with an array. And the other thing to note is that the text area here needs to have wrap equals hard on it, or else the line breaks don't appear and everything appears on one line, which isn't so nice. And the other thing to make sure is that the submit and reset buttons are called submit. Their name is submit and reset in lowercase. The value is not important, but anything you want there, but that must be in lowercase, or else again the processor doesn't see them correctly. It's looking for that particular string. So that's all we need to do to that. So we'll go save that, and I'm going to upload that using my FTP server here. So that's gone. Yep. So if we go back to our browser, I'm just going to refresh that form to make sure we get the current one. Not that we can tell there's any difference. So we'll fill in some of this very quickly. That's a different email to the one that main message is going. So this will be the auto reply email. So if we click on the check down box and radio button, a couple of these so we can see that you're getting more than one. And I'm going to put some additional text here. So just a few lines of text there, and then I'll go get a picture, and that's the form filled in. So we hit the upload button and it goes off, and this is the help page, the thank you page, sorry, of the Dark-like, which is like as I set up. So if we now go and see if we've had any emails. Of course we should get two. This is the main email, and that comes in form, so there's a little bit to say date and time, what IP address and what form sent it, and then this is what was put in the form, and it all comes out. This is the name you put in, so it just takes those names. The only important thing is that any names it's processing need to be in lowercase. You only care about the ones it doesn't do much with, but the email needs to be in lowercase, and the array needs to be in lowercase. Other than that, it doesn't really care. So that's what we captured, and down here's a little will be an array of photos, so you know they're there. And in fact, here is the photo attached. I click on the auto reply. If you do the blank auto reply, you just get that list. It doesn't bother sending the picture because, of course, they've already got that. So that would just add to the problems with downloading the email if those pictures were big. So if we go here and have a look at the auto reply, and there it is. Very nicely appears to have come, will appear to have come from you. Is the subject again, and that was the message. And those /n's are line breaks, so you can space out the message to make it look a little bit sexier. So that's really all there is to that. So if you feel that's something you might need, pop over to brangleycomputers.co.uk, which is up there, and have a look at our site and see about signing up to that service.